And yeah, this is Nintendo 64, by the way. So Mel, where do you reach on Prime? Like you were close to Crash Fragate, I think. That place has a really cool music. I really like it. Well, like Prime music in general. Just enter in the mine area. Oh, you enter Phasm mines. Nice. Good luck with the mines. You're gonna need it. So you start this game with this guy, which is called Diaz. Which, by the way, on Spanish, Diaz is a last name. It's not a name. So I guess it's his last name, but everyone call him Diaz, so whatever. It doesn't have like a name or a last name, it's just Diaz. Because there are other characters that actually have last names. And the story is very weird. Like, you see, like on the beginning, the first cutscene, you see like a secret agent called Johnny Slater. And he has to contact with Diaz because Diaz is going to give you some weapons to kill the president. But something go wrong and Diaz shoot Johnny Slater. And so then a pair of men in black tell like, hey, something's wrong with Mr. Diaz and we need to carry him underground. So they carry you here, which is like an underground shelter, whatever, base under Manhattan, and you just don't understand anything. That's literally what they say to you. What I just said. And the plot, it's explained a little bit later, but it's really weird. This game looks familiar. What's one of May of the N64? Play a lot. Yeah, this game was for N64 and it was like, there was a little bit of hype for this game because it is one of the few RPGs of N64. And like, when it was announced, there weren't any RPGs, I think. So there was a little bit of hype about it. Like, hey, we're going to have an RPG finally. But the only bad thing is that it's not an RPG like in the classical sense. Like, it has RPG elements, of course, but it's definitely not classic RPG. So people were a little bit upset about that. And also, well, this game was made by Konami, and another bad thing is that this game had like super bad marketing in its time. Like, just search on YouTube, like Hybrid Heaven commercial. Just look for it. It's so bad. It's like really bad. And also, I think they had like some issues with the deadlines and other things. With some presentations on E3, like way back in the day when there weren't like live transmission of E3. And some of the people kind of marketed the game like it was some kind of Metal Gear, which is absolutely not. So you got this like mixed feeling. Some people that wanted an RPG, and some other people that wanted a Metal Gear for X64. And the game is none of those. So what you get at the end is a game with very bad marketing that almost nobody knew about. But that, in my opinion, is one of the best games. Like, I fucking love this game. Also, it's pretty hard if you don't know how to play it. So you got this menu in battles that you can choose like different techniques. Like you can do kicks, punches, stuff, and you can also grab enemies and do like grapple techniques. And when they're on the floor, you can do also floor techniques. There's a bunch of like grapple stuff. Like if you were a fan of WWF, this game is definitely for you because it has pretty much every technique, like free fighting technique. Also, you start with a very few techniques, but then you got like a lot more. And yeah, that's pretty much the game. You just fight hybrids in an underground shelter for whatever reason. That was close. So there's an enemy on the ceiling there. So I need to circle around. And yeah, this game normally, like if you play it casually, it's like 10 hours or 12 even. But the speedrun is way less than that. Decoy grab, back kick. That wasn't a back kick, so I need to back up here. So yeah, this is on Japanese, by the way. Not all of it. Like some parts are on Japanese. It's because it's the Japanese version. Because usually Japanese is faster, right? But yeah, in this game, like Japanese is extremely faster than any other version, and it's not because of the text. It's because of some like fundamental differences in the game. So like the only bad part is that you can't read the name of the techniques. But it's fine, like you can learn the position of them on the menu. And I kinda recognize some of the techniques. Like I can't read Japanese, but I can differentiate between some techniques, like because of the length of the words. And on 8% you barely have techniques. Because to learn techniques, you need to get hit by enemies. You get hit like a number of times by a technique, and then you learn it. We don't want damage, so there's no time to learn stuff. Downfall, thank you. So yeah, there are some items in this game. There is nothing like equipment. There's just consumable items, like refresh items, things that increase your offense. And there's some shots, like guns, but they only have like one shot, and then you consume the item. So I'm getting some of those that are going to be useful later. It's also close. Do I really need to do that? I think I didn't need to do that. Is that Konami? Yeah, Konami made this. Konami Entertainment System, whatever. That is a poison shot. So that's useful. So at the end of battles you get items regarding of your rank. Like depending on how good you fight, you're gonna get a rank from E, like E, D, C, etc. into S, and then double S. And double S is a random good item. Yeah, Konami has some great games. So there's a little bit of RNG on this run because there's like you can get, I think, about 18 different items out of battles, but from those only about 4 are useful, and there's one in particular that is extremely useful that can save like 1 minute, and it's the one with the lower probability, sadly. And it's completely random if you get it or not, but what we do is we maximize the amount of good ranks in battle we get, so we get like a bigger probability of having good items. It's still making games, or no? I don't know. Like the last console I have was a Wii. After the Wii, I didn't bought more stuff. And yeah, this is a boss. So the run might die here, by the way. Hopefully not. Attack me. Oh, fuck you. I wanna ditch this run because I learned something, and that's bad. Let's see the item. If it is a good item, I might continue. That's kind of bad. Should I continue or not? Okay, so the thing is that every time you learn something, you're gonna see that technique on the menu. So right now I'm doing like the default technique on my menu because it's the fastest one and the best one. But now, because I have one extra technique, every time I'm gonna go to the menu I need to scroll up, and that's lose like 0.3 seconds for every menu. And there is gonna be like 90 something menus in the game, so that's like 20 seconds at the end, plus the possibility of doing a mistake, choosing the wrong technique. That happens all the time to me. So it's like, that is the main reason why you don't want extra techniques. Yeah, here you have to escape from a giant monster. And we're gonna be skipping most of the battles. This area in particular is area 2. The game has 10 areas. And this area doesn't have any battle, like any mandatory battle. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, there's a peak there. Like I said before, every hybrid is like an animal, like a fusion between a human and an animal. Here we're gonna take a shortcut. This is like a, let's say, a little secret in the game that most of the people that have played this game have never noticed this. It is so secret that, I don't know, it's not even in the guides, like game facts, for example, or even like there's like an official guide of this game called Prima Official Guide of Hybrid Heaven, and that guide it is like a magazine, you know, like a very serious thing, and that thing doesn't have the secret. Yeah, and that shortcut saves like, I don't know, a minute, maybe. It's quite a lot. To give some perspective on speedrun history of this game, well, like I said before, there was there's the casual time, which is around 12. Yeah, it's like 12 hours. And then there wasn't a single speedrun of this game. There was just only one that I found like on 2015. And well, that speedrun was made like very poorly, let's say, in terms of how it is recorded. Like, it was a speedrun for a marathon. And you know, it wasn't like an art marathon or something like that. Like, it is on YouTube. You see like a screen split it on like 6 parts, and you have like 5 of those parts are for people doing art in some software, and then one little screen for this game. You know, it's really not a lot of space for that. And that speedrun took like 7 hours, which is really a lot. So back on 2015, when I was like getting into speedrunning myself, I thought like, hey, this game is amazing, like I love this game, I want to see some speedruns of this, but this is the only one. And also, like, can I speedrun this game? But it was like 7 hours. No shit, like definitely not. So I kind of ditched the idea of speedrunning this game. But then like half a year later, I thought maybe that speedrun wasn't that good. And it wasn't. It definitely wasn't. Like, if you just play the game and just skip every battle that can be skipped, you're gonna get less than 3.5 hours. Like, even if you play bad. So it's like, basically, the person that did the other speedrun grinded through the game. Like you normally do on RPGs, you know? Like, grinding is pretty natural. You just level up. But the thing is that you don't actually need to level up on this game, because the enemies grow, the enemy stats grows with you. So basically, if you are weaker, enemies will be weaker also. If you're stronger, they're gonna be stronger, and you're gonna take more time to beat the game. So that's why we skip every battle with no fear. I think I never read about like stuff of Lovecraft. I should definitely do it at some point. Like maybe just to get the references, because like there's so many references to Lovecraft in popular culture. Sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit short on those references. Here in the ceiling there's another monster. That's why you need to circle around from the wall. Yo, Kurt! Thank you for the follow. How you doing? How's it going today? We got a nice resident sleeper part here. I just need to hold... What is this? Left. Yo. Yeah, it's going pretty fine. Today I had like a meeting with a friend, which was I don't know if this term is correct, but he was defending his thesis of astrophysics. So I was there on the afternoon, and I'm like, right now I'm like, this is a kind of late stream for my channel. I have no idea. I only know Mother Natural now. Yeah, thesis, right? That's like a big word, big fat thought word. I never did a thesis myself because I only have a licenciature grade. I didn't need one for that. Let's see if I can get this jump. Yes. Nice. So when you get into a trigger, like this game has a lot of triggers, and you can basically like just run into a trigger, and what happens is when you touch the trigger you don't have control of your character anymore, and your character just moves along. Then we have like the most natural way of trying to skip that is like do a running jump, like you're running and then you jump. But if you do that, the game throws you in place, like in horizontal space. so you don't get any distance, extra distance into the trigger, so it just doesn't work. But I think that developers forget about standing jump. You can do like a standing jump and like go farther a little bit, and I guess they never tested, because like the most natural way to get into something is just by running. But yeah, if you do a standing jump, you can go farther into the triggers. We use that in some parts just to save like very little seconds. And there's some weird stuff about that also. Like yesterday I was doing a run and I tested like one new trick we had with standing jump, and something very weird happened. Like I kind of get into the cutscene, but I get in a very specific way that I get out of bounds. And as far as we know, out of bounds in this game is just useless, because you kind of soft lock. So I basically soft lock, and it was like 1 minute ahead. It was a little bit sad, but it was better because the run was actually bad. So it's better than it happened in a bad run than in a really good one. So now I don't use that specific strat anymore, because it can soft lock. And yeah, these strats are like very new. We're talking like last week. This strat right here is also very new. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, you normally need to destroy at least one of those crates to get in, but you can actually just jump there. You have very little room. It's like physically impossibly, but it's actually possible. And it saves like 2 seconds, but it looks amazing. So that guy on purple, he's Kevin Young. He's like your boss on the secret agency, and the other guy in the capsule was the president of US. So as you notice, I'm no longer Diaz, the first guy that I first was in this game. Now I'm this guy, which is Johnny Slater, which is like a secret agent. And well, the story of this game is very messed up. I was actually, all the time I was Johnny Slater, and Diaz is like a bad guy, Johnny Slater is like a good guy, but it was disguised as Diaz. And not like a normal disguise, but like there were some aliens that disguised Johnny as Diaz, something like that. And now they made that so the disguised Johnny will mess up the enemy plans. So that's why I shoot Johnny, the first Johnny, in the first cutscene, because the first Johnny was a clone of this Johnny, which is the real one. So yeah, there are aliens here. So basically this is like a secret base that some aliens put in the earth to make like a world invasion. You know, 90s stuff. This game is from the 90s, so and the US president is present, so it's very 90s. So now your mission is like, on this area at least, is like to save the president and to confront your boss, which is not actually your boss, it's like a clone of your boss made by the aliens. And this is one of the few dialogues that you can match a lot. Oh, you're seeing the emotes. That's Aika from Skates of Arcadia. I got a bunch of emotes. Yeah, you know, at some point, I kind of wanted to speedrun Skies of Arcadia, but then I thought, like, oh, I don't know, like that speedrun is 12 hours. Well, it's actually like 13. It's 12 if you are really, really good, which is hard. Know about the Little Jack. But yeah, like, I don't know if I'm capable of doing like a 12-hour speedrun. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, Kurt. They actually just used that one. Skates of Arcadia and Legends, because the Dreamcast will be like, I guess 15 maybe, or 16 hours even, because the loading times and the battles are way slower, and also you get like a very bigger chance of getting into a battle, like in general in the overworld. You just have more probability. So people just run the GameCube version. Oh no, I already failed this one. I knew it would happen sooner or later. Yeah, and also the remake has like some items, well, or remaster. I don't know what's the difference actually. But let's say Skates of Arcadia Legends, which is the one on GameCube, it has some extra items that makes the thing really faster. And also has one disc, which is very comfy for speedruns. Like when you have two discs in a speedrun, it's kind of awkward because you have to change one disc in the middle of your run. Also, it's very more accessible to get a GameCube than a Dreamcast. Like, I've seen a Dreamcast once in my life because one of my cousins have one, but I've never seen another one. That's actually the only reason why I know Skies of Arcadia, because I played the Dreamcast version and we love it. And many years later, I received the Legends as a gift. I was running who did a feed only percent that took this game. Yeah, what the fuck? I love random categories. Like, sometimes I get into like Ocarina of Time random categories because that game has like 1,000,000 categories. And there is one that is like, what's the name? Like get dunk percent, something like that. It's basically there's like a glitch on Ocarina that allows you to like play an item like it was an ocarina, and you can you can do that with pretty much any item. In particular, you can do it with Deku Stick. So the Deku Stick looks like a like Link is like smoking something, and you can also light the Deku Stick. So basically, you can put Link to smoke something. So it's like weed percent, something like that. I don't know. It's like the fastest way to just smoke a Deku Stick. So stupid. And then there's like the TAS arbitrary categories. Like there's this TIS of no doors, which is actually not only TIS but no doors. There's actually like there's like RTS strats for no doors, like beating the game without using any door in the game. You know, Ocarina of Time, which is a game with a lot of dungeons, you know. But yeah, you can beat the game without going through a door. And there's another category, which that one is just TAS only, which is like all doors. No, it's like all dungeons, no doors. It's like actually beating every dungeon, not skipping any dungeon, and not going through a single door. So stupid. One of my favorites is what is called Ocarina of Time 100% in 3 pauses. You know, like something as important like a pause on Ocarina. Like you can get items without a pause, right? Like you can get them, but you can't equip them. And they beat it 100% with 3 pauses. Like what the fuck, dude? Yeah, kinda. Like there is like a lot of movement glitches in Ocarina. Like there is something called bump hover that you can basically hover using bumps. Kind of fly in a sense. So like they hover a lot in a lot of rooms, and they get out of bounds in the ceiling, and then they get inside the other rooms. You see that a lot. And there's also like ground warp, where they mess up with the cutscenes and stuff, and they get like teleported from one cutscene to a very different place. So they use pretty much everything that the game has. Get into the door, please. But yeah, like 3 pauses, 100% is just ridiculous. I think it was like 7 hours, as I remember correctly. And like, I think about 4 of those hours, you got Link with iron boots, by the way. It's like, it's a very messed up TIS. So we saved the president. There's a bunch of cutscenes here that we're going to skip. But basically you save the president, you encounter the good aliens, these guys right here. And now you have a new mission. We got to go to the deepest levels of this underground shelter and retrieve something called the Navigator, which is some kind of AI that controls this whole installation, and that the aliens use to pilot their spaceship. So you need to get that back, so the enemies can't handle this place anymore, and so the good aliens can like just flew out of this world and ruin the enemy's plans. That's what is going to be the mission for like half of the rest of this run. So we need to go through this area, which is a weapon factory. That's why there are robots. And yeah, those robots are actually fights. Like you can get in a fight with these robots. They're pretty strong. We don't want to fight them, so we just skip them. So I need to get this item here, which is an eye shot. It's gonna be useful later to throw some enemies, to freeze some enemies. Yo, thank you for the bits. Thank you, Kurt. You're officially number 2 place on the channel. And number 1 place of like last 3 months, I'll say. Here you have to jump over this elevator. It's very important that you jump, because if you don't, you're gonna get into the elevator and you're gonna lose like 40 seconds for nothing, like literally nothing. There's a man in black here, and we're gonna get behind him, because when you get behind, you get advantage. That means you start with all your power bars, and also the enemy doesn't notice you immediately. Whatever, I can handle that. Oh, that's bad. I keep doing the bad kick. I grab it, arm throw, and finish it with a back kick. That could have been a double S, but I messed up one of the kicks. So if you get a rank at the end of the battles. An A rank doesn't do anything. From A to E rank doesn't do anything. And then you got like S rank, which gives you a recovery item, and then double S rank that gives you a like any item. And those are the ones we want to get, like random items that are very useful. Yeah, and you can see you can enter battles from behind or for the front. And also enemies can enter battle from behind you, and that's a surprise attack. And it's like basically the opposite. The enemy starts with all the power bars, and you start like without being able to do anything. Like you're basically fucked up. You get a surprise attack. There's not too much to do about it. Oh, I failed it again. Can't get used to that. Okay, maybe I can save this if I do another arm throw. Let's see. Yeah, nice. So I'm gonna get a random item here. And that's pretty good, actually. It's an offense enhancer. Increases your offense in one battle by a lot. It's like 1.4%. I mean, like 40%. It's definitely a lot. So I need to write my items actually, so I don't forget it. So is it looking more stable or still having some frames lost? I need to go the other way around, this way. I hear that oof. Offensing answer. I actually have some emotes of those items. This one is the offensive answer. It's like a lantern. Like the art of the items is very minimalistic in the game. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, I really don't know what's going on. Like sometimes the internet in Chile just sucks, and it's crazy because like my software is just showing very good numbers. So it probably has something to do with the servers. I don't know. Because there's like no good reliable servers on Chile. Most of the reliable ones are like in Colombia or Brazil, which kind of sucks. But yeah, yesterday I had like very good frames. Yeah. When you are being the carry of your internet. So now we have to fight this robot because there's no way around it. And how do you fight robots? With kicks. Of course. I know it hurts, but there's no other way to do it. So that robot actually is very dangerous. If you get too far away from it, it's gonna shoot fire at you, and that's a lot of damage. And if you get too close from the front, it's gonna throw uppercuts for also a lot of damage. So you wanna be like always behind it in a very specific angle, because if you get too behind it, it will do a full turnaround and surprise you. And this robot, we don't care about it. there's a lot of locked doors in the game where you need like passwords, and to get the passwords you need to go to these pods. So that's why I'm doing this part. There's a lot of parts where you kind of have to find where those things are. They're always in the same part, of course, but I mean, like the first time you are playing the game, you don't really know where they are, and you need to kind of investigate. You can just run here and don't get hit by the flamethrowers. Developers probably expected you to jump there, but you don't need to. Yeah, and we are skipping a lot of battles, and it's actually very important that we skip always the same amount of battles, roughly, because that way we can predict exactly how much stats the enemies will have. It's like completely deterministic, as long as you do the same stuff always. And that means like we can know exactly how much HP every enemy will have, which by the way, the game doesn't tell you. So we need to figure that out. I figured that out through hacking. Like you can do it manually, but it's a lot of work. Hacking is way easier. So also that way we know exactly how much HP the last bosses have, and that's very useful to get some stuff done on those battles. And we're gonna fight a giant robot now. Yo Daniel, what are you doing? Yeah, this is like a late stream today. I had to move my shell a little bit because I had a meeting with some friends in the afternoon. How are you doing, by the way? That was close. Die! You didn't die. There you go. That was like 2.2 cycle. It was decent. Could have been better. You're fine? Yeah, I'm fine also. Pretty good actually. Trying to see if I can get like a PV on the new road. So they are fine. Yeah. That was yesterday. Like I did the trick and I get out of bounds and I soft lock. Good thing is it wasn't a bad run in general. But yeah, like, and I'm actually very happy that I get that, but like imagine not knowing that and just getting in a very good run someday. So I'm so glad I discovered that by accident. So yeah, like last days I've been just a lot of research on the new trick of standing jump. There's a lot of stuff we can do with that. Just like little tricks to get into your cutscenes. And there are also some other softlocks on Area 5. If you do standing jump into the rooms of the monsters, where there's like a fence, you will also softlock. But yeah, there are some cutscenes where it's useful, like on Area 3, on Area 8. You can basically, you already know this, but when you do a running jump into a cutscene, you don't advance any further, like you are stuck in place. But if you do a standing jump into a cutscene, you actually can go further, because the standing jumps are weird, I know. So that way we can get farther in some cutscenes, where, for example, Johnny walks too slow and save like fractions of seconds. For example, I think here I can trigger that. Let's see if I can get it. There. See, I'm way closer than normal here, because you can just jump into the trigger. Nice. Can we get the double S? I think we can. Yes. Now we're going to use your exploit. That's 19, that's pretty cool. And 16, well, it's decent. It was actually bad, but whatever. It wasn't that bad, it wasn't 216 at least. So I normally get, there's an item here that I normally get now, but now I'm gonna get it later on my way back, because it's way easier to predict where the item is gonna be. Yeah, it's very cool. Also, like, if you need to recover, the best place to do it is like in some of these conveyor belts. Like, that's probably gonna happen a lot on Ultimate and Hard, going low on HP. So now we're gonna do a little bit of backtrack to get some items, which loses like a minute or a minute and a half, but it then saves like 3 minutes later, so it's worth it. Come on. Whatever. That was really bad. So now I'm gonna get the power booster. And this always spawn in the same spot. So it's this one. That's why I get it when I on the way back. Alright, thank you for the good luck. Yeah, I'm gonna need some good luck for Fomalhaut skip. That's like the most important part of the new route. You're asleep? Alright. A nice night. Thank you for showing. Bye bye, Daniel. Yeah, I hope I can, because it's 1 minute save. So I better do it. And this door is the end of area 4. There. And we are already saving a lot of time. So you can all see how bad is my PV. So this is the deepest level of the underground shelter, where the navigator is. And he's very guarded by a lot of creatures. We need to kill all of them. This is like the most battle heavy area of the game. Unless you're going casual, of course. Because like this level has like, let's see, 4 it's like 12 battles. Which in casual terms is not a lot. Like you get 80 battles in other areas, for example. But in speedrun it's a lot because we don't fight a lot, we skip most. So here is definitely a lot of battles, just in a row. I'm gonna get hit here. I should die here. The less and maybe a good item. Let's see. I already have one of those, right? I'm pretty sure I have one of those. Yeah. I'm gonna write that down. So that's a poison shot. Poisons the enemy. We only need one in the run. I already have one. And there's actually, like, we don't even need to get one out of a battle. There's one in a chest. But if you get one in a battle, it's still faster to just take that one instead of the one in the chest. So I can basically skip the one in the chest later. But again, just need one. throw, walk back, and wait for 2.5 power bars. There. Decoy grab. That could have been really bad. That's an exploit I use to get on the monster's back, but sometimes it can go really wrong. Like that time. I was able to go out of the grab though. That was just luck, by the way. Don't need that item. That decreases the offense of the enemy. But we just don't get hit. This incoming battle is kind of hard. It can go very wrong. So just like the other, one arm throw, going back, and wait for 2.5 power bars. The more power bar you have, the more attack you do. I mean, the more damage you deal with your attacks. And when you attack the enemy on the back, you do like 1.5 damage around there. It's not exactly that, but it's close to that. But some enemies like to turn around, like this one. So sometimes it's kind of hard to land a back hit. This is one of those battles. By the way, all these jumps are on purpose. Those are to like kind of align the camera with your movement. Because if you don't jump, the camera will shift and you will need to adjust your direction. And you get like pretty messed up movement. But if you jump, you don't need to do that. Now we're gonna fight against the Rafflesia. AKA Naos. One of the few hybrids that when you get on the back of them, they don't notice you and they get like clueless. Like it doesn't know what to do. It also drops items on every hit, but those are always the same items. Not very useful. This one is very useful though. So that was the first floor. There are two more. I'm going to go down and down. I'll be going soon to make dinner soon. Make some chores around the house. Watch another stream playing Dead Cells. 2D RPG just came out. Oh, amazing. Alright, thank you for the good luck. Good to have you here. See you around. Have a good dinner. So now I increase my offense, so I'm gonna do way more damage in this battle. And you probably noticed at this point that all the enemies are hybrids between animals and humans. That one was clearly a frog. Some others are not that easy to identify. Here I want to do a standing jump to get a little bit closer at the beginning of the battle. So these hybrids start to escape from me. Then turn around grab, running headlock, jump back so it uses an item. All of these battles are extremely scripted, using the AI of the monsters. Everything is carefully planned, so it goes your way. And yeah, if you do like one thing out of the script, things can go really wrong. So in that sense, a lot of the battle system of this game, and why I really like to speedrun this game, even while it is an RPG, is because most of it is just execution. Like, there's not a lot of RNG. There is some RNG, of course, but most of it is execution to get like the correct script in a battle. Like, the only big RNG factor is the items you get, but that's still like somewhat scripted in the road, at least. Like, if we get certain item, we do certain stuff. Well, that's pretty common on RPGs actually. We're getting to the last level. Well, not the last one actually. The last one, like, of normal enemies. Want to get behind this one. Gonna give me a good turn. There you go. Take 4, are you kidding me? That's kind of bad. Okay, there's the luck. That's bad luck. So I'm gonna need an extra hit here, which kind of sucks. Please don't fail. Thank you. So when enemies are on the floor, they can roll to get out of the attack. So that's like kind of RNG, whether they get the roll or not. There's some RNG on it. And the item I grabbed there, I actually don't need it, technically. I just get it as a backup in case I fail one of the strats I need to do later. Because it was very close to me, and like I normally get those if I get it out of battles. I don't get the ones that are on the overworld because they are too far. Well, not that far away, but let's say 10 seconds away from the road. Which that one was like 3 seconds away. Wait a minute. Oh, I think I forgot an item. Well, I'm glad I get that item then. Because now I need to back up. Okay, whatever. Shit happens. I probably forget an item on area 4. Yeah. Not a check fall, that's kind of bad. Please don't fail. Thank you. Okay, I need to road on the run, actually, because I never done this with this item. Let me think a little bit. So there's a goal, regional. I guess regional is more safe. Or actually a goal, maybe. Oh no. I guess I can go a goal for like 2 right kicks. Defense drainer. I know if 2 right kicks will do it. Like 2 right kicks into left kicks. This one. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can do it if I have like enough. Yeah, there's one way to do it. I hope it's gonna work. Seven, 6, okay. Yeah, I can do it. Because 7 is gonna be on 8th, and it's gonna be capped there. Then I need 7, and 7 is fine. Yeah, it should work. Okay. Otherwise, I'm just gonna lose like 30 seconds. It's not that bad. It's just bad. Can't handle that. So here we're going to exploit something this game has. I said before, it has some shots that you can use on battles. The thing about shots is that they have fixed amount of damage. So, like for example, fire shot deals around 100, and it's always gonna do 100 damage. Well, it kind of differs from one enemy to another, but it's always gonna be the same damage to that enemy. So when you play the game casually and you level a lot and you get like very strong and grind and all that shit, you start doing a lot of damage very quickly. So suddenly on casual play, shots gets very weak in terms of how much damage they do, because you get stronger and enemies get more HP also. But here in speedrun, because you're so weak, your enemies have so little HP that the shots are really broken. So that's like the main cool thing about 80%. We abuse that, so we get a lot of shots and just abuse the bosses. Okay, so this one. Yeah, this boss is invincible. I mean, invisible. That was close. So I'm gonna get 2 kicks here. Maybe another one. Let's do a right one, so why not? Okay, that should be enough. Now 4 power bars. I hope it's enough. Let's see. I'm gonna play my cards on this. Stomp after this. So we get a double S. Nice. That thing was completely improvised. And that's a nice shot, I think. So that's actually pretty cool. Couldn't see it, but it's probably a nice shot. So now this is the wind creature. This fucking creature can shoot hurricanes at you. But we're gonna stay closer to it, so we won't see any of those hurricanes. You can see those at the end of the game, where I will shoot hurricanes at the enemies. Well, there is a hurricane there. Fuck. It's kind of bad. You don't want that to happen. There's gonna be another one. Okay, good. I predicted that somehow. So remember, always getting on the back, so you get extra damage. Stomp. Nice. Another power booster. Okay, I guess I can use that. Yeah, why not? Now the fire creature. Yeah, it's a nice shot. Or wait a minute, I think it's not actually. Whatever, I'm a little bit confused. Because now I have 0 ice shots. I don't know, whatever. So the door is there. Need to align here. And you can actually do a standing jump here into the cutscene, but it's very dangerous, so I won't do it anymore. That's where I get the soft lock yesterday. I don't want to happen again, of course. So I'm never gonna do that thing again. It's just too dangerous. So that thing is the navigator. And we're gonna retrieve it. And bring it back to the good aliens. So now Johnny stole the power source of this entire underground shelter, and the underground shelter will start to like self-destruct because it's so unstable without the energy source. So now this is like the second half of the game where you need to escape this place. So now area 6, one of my favorite areas because of the music. It has a lot of tracks actually, and all of them are pretty cool. Also a very hard area, at least casually. This item right here is the most broken item of the game. That is the one item we want to get on battles, but it's very hard to get it. It basically allows you to erase an enemy, so skip a battle. That can save a lot of time. That was close. Oh fuck. Didn't get behind it. Kinda sucks. Actually, really sucks. This is gonna be a huge time loss. It's fine, I can handle this. Just play good. Nice. Okay, that's a good kick. I can receive that. Because that's a kick I already have. So I'm not gonna learn that. Which is fine. Oh my god. god, this is like 1 minute lost. It's a lot of time. This hurts. I actually could have used the power booster. I just thought that now. Whatever. Oh, look at that! That's a glitch. Oh, I hate this enemy, dude. Hate it so much. You know what? Fuck you. Sucks so much. I kill you now? Not yet. That sucks. Well, you hate me. Alright. Alright. Come on, dude. You gotta die now. So normally run should be over there. The only reason why I can still continue is because we got a new strat for later that saves about a minute. So I can technically still PB even with that ugly execution. That missile was so close. So we're getting more shots that we're gonna use way later on the game. Actually on the last bosses, some of them, on some others a little bit early. I hope I don't die here. I shouldn't. Yeah, it's fine. Another hybrid on the swing here. And this is a save station. You don't save on any percent because it's a single segment, but you can use this to get HP. It's just like 12 seconds, 10 to 12 seconds. It's just worth it if you got like very low HP. It's another item we're going to need. That was close. I'm gonna play risky here because I'm really losing time. There's a missile turret here. Hopefully I'm not gonna get shot. You normally destroy that thing before getting into here. That's kind of close. They work. Now we need to destroy one of those missile turrets. It has this lovely item for more offense in one battle. Now we skip the horse. And this battle is unskippable, sadly. There's nothing we can do about this one. And it sucks. It has a lot of HP. So we just erase it. Here we're gonna see a lot of elevators. It's kind of a little puzzle that we need to solve. Destroying some panels to deactivate the force fields. Here, and now we have to go back all the way down and then all the way up. Me. Good. On other difficulties, you want to destroy that one, or you can also get like on top of it and destroy the panel from up there. But in normal, you can just destroy it without getting hit because it's not a lot of hits. Another frog that we're going to skip. On all this trip just to get a password. Like, if we could find a way to skip these things and just go through the doors that have passwords, we can skip this whole part. But for now, there's no way to skip that. Now we gotta go back. There's a mine here, there is. Kinda gets blended with the environment. Yeah, don't worry, this time it's just one elevator. Not 4 of them. To get into a nice battle with the Summon School of Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually, this game, I think it was released before Yu-Gi-Oh! So this is the original character. No, don't go there, don't go there. Stay on the corner. Stay on the corner. Come on. Come on, dude. No fucking way. I'm gonna learn this, I think. Yeah, that sucks. You're being so mean to me today. Why though? I'm definitely gonna lose like 2 minutes on this area. Or at least I'm gonna get an extra double S, which is kinda cool. You normally get only a single S on this battle. Not like it matters. That item is garbage. So now we're gonna skip like 4 battles in a row. That was so close. That was unnecessary close. There's another one here. And this one is unskippable, sadly. And he's a very strong enemy. It's a very fun battle, but sadly it takes too much time, so goodbye. That is actually one of the longest battles in the game, without counting the bosses. Getting there. Yeah, these catwalks are kind of scary for me. Like I always feel like I'm gonna die there. Like you can drop down and you instantly die. So another cutscene here. This one is unskippable. We're basically meeting this guy again. This was the guy that threw a giant creature to us on Area 2. That was an experiment, by the way. He's like a mad scientist that likes to do experiments with test subjects. And now these guys are trying to figure out what is going on in the underground shelter, why the energy levels are so low and everything is messed up. And then you got this transmission from like a higher boss. He tells that Johnny stole the navigator, so that's the reason why everything is collapsing. order Dr. Bros, this guy, to capture Johnny. But Dr. Bros is a mad scientist, so he don't want to actually capture Johnny. He want to experiment with it and lose time, because that's what bad guys do, right? They can't just win the battle. They have to mess up because of pride, of personal interest. The other guy's like, just capture him. But then he says, this is a great opportunity. I can't just capture him. I need to use him to my experiments because he has so great abilities. He got this far. Can't just ditch a test subject. So now the Men in Black is gonna gain some time, so Gary can set up an experiment. Did I jump? I didn't. Whatever. And you should die here, yes. So I'm hoping to get an item here, a recovery item. Hopefully a red one. It's not a red one, I hate you. So this one is an M, medium. Just recover like half of your HP. A little bit more in my case. But I want a red one, which is 1,000. Or 3 quartz. So I'm gonna get one extra here, because I'm gonna need it for the battle. There's gonna be a overwar battle here, like the one of the giant robot in Area 4, something like that. So yeah, I also expect to save some time actually on this battle, because I have some new strats. It's kind of RNG dependent. Like you need to get a couple of hits in a row, and you can only do it if you get like the first hit in a very good position. Otherwise, the other method is faster, I think. But we'll see how it goes. The timer will say at the end. But yeah, don't be like expect a red number in this area, by the way, because I already lose a lot of time on some battles. Don't be surprised if I get a red number. So yeah, we escaped from one of those. Now there's two of them. And there's no escape this time. We need to fight. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we do is use one of them to kill the other. And yeah, you can get damaged by those, by the way. We need one more hit. There it is. Oops. That's completely unnecessary. Okay, please help me, creature. I want you to help me. Okay, that's 1 hit. That's 2 hits. I couldn't get the other one. That kinda sucks. Oh fuck, you really? Are you really getting this lucky? Okay, there it is. Now the last one. Nice. Okay, so that's kinda nice. Could have been way better, but it was okay. So what you want to do is like just hope to get the 4 hits in a row, but sometimes the enemy doesn't cooperate. Like that was definitely still faster than my previous strat. But yeah, we're gonna be red at the end of this split because we still need to kill this guy and skip a couple of cutscenes. And yeah, this is arguably the hardest boss in the game, casually speaking, and speedrun speaking also, but that's why we're gonna kill it immediately, without hesitation. So you see this 4,400, I mean, it's really broken at this point in the game, if you're this weak. You really don't want to fight him. No, time save. Time save is gone. There you go. 2 minutes. Jesus. And that was just 2 battles. Just one little mistake. Okay, now we're gonna do a skip. It's actually very precise. I just got it. That saves like 22 seconds. And you can just die if you do it wrong. So I'm very happy. I'm gonna get hit there, whatever. Oh, come on, dude. There goes my 20 seconds. Well, at least 10 of them. So now iron shot here that I want for later. And an enemy that I'm not willing to fight. And yeah, this is the same area 3. Now it's called area 7 because it's the same area, but now it's like collapsing. That missile was so close. So it's like really foggy, you can barely look. And now we have access to some parts that were closed before. I should actually use one of my items. Just for safety. Here, more shots. Shots. And I'm gonna use white. This one. It's probably gonna be like the last item I use. I mean, refresh item. Like I don't expect to get a lot of damage from here. So here on the ladders, there's actually a glitch that we can do. Well, we can technically do, but it's like task-like, kind of frame, pixel perfect, whatever. It's very hard to get. It's so precise that I don't feel like it's humanly possible. But basically, you go like back and forth, up and down in a specific rhythm, very specific rhythm that makes your character kind of warp down or up in the stair, I mean the ladder. And if you do it consistently, that can save a lot of time. But again, it's like completely out of human reach, at least for now. So yeah, a lot of this area is just getting to password pods to open some doors. And there's actually just 2 battles in this area, and one of those is going to be erased. By the way. But first we need to get this thing here. Now it's trapped. We can destroy this thing. So this is one battle. But this battle is one of the most inconsistent in the game. So we do what speedrunners do with inconsistent things. We erase it. Oh fuck, that was a bad turn. You can turn around there without getting hit. Now there's another trick that can kill the run. It's very scary, but it has a relatively reliable strat. I have to align here. So I didn't get hit there, but if you get hit there and you are not aligned like that, you will fall into the pit, and that's the end. Like, it's that dead. Yeah, don't touch the fire. And this is the last ring racer. We're gonna get, that's the super broken item that we can use to erase battles. Of course, we can still get another one on a battle, but it's very unlikely to happen. Now there's a very precise jump we need to do here to don't get hit by anything. We got it. It's pretty nice. Good. Try to grab me, fail. And come closer so I can grab you. Let's see if I get the kicks. There's one. There's the other. And I can get a double S by doing this technique. Am I ready? Oh, what the fuck? Talking about unexpected stuff. So yeah, for some reason I'm gaining a lot of time here. I don't understand too much. But it's fine, because we just get a ring eraser. So, if I get the new trick, I can save 1 minute. And if everything goes well, with the ring eraser I can save like 40 seconds. So yeah, this can absolutely PB, but no mistakes allowed. So serious time. Just play well. Just don't mess up and everything will be okay. Get the thing. Good. See if I can get this jump here. Yeah, kinda good. So you see that the movement of Johnny towards the capsule is very slow. You can accelerate that a little bit with the jump, It has to be a standing jump, because if you do a running jump, you're gonna be stopping place, and you're actually gonna take more time. So this woman right here is Anna. We actually met her before in a cutscene that I skipped. But she's kind of the mother of all the hybrids. She was made with that purpose. Like, all the hybrids were made with a purpose, actually, by the master, which is the alien that controls all this place. Which is a traitor of the good aliens. Here it comes. Let's don't mess this up. First skip. Got it. Now 2 more to go. There's another one. That one is trivial. And this is the first time I'm gonna do this ever. Let's get it. Yes! Yes! Fuck you! That thing is real precise. It doesn't look like it, but it is precise. Like, you normally get on a battle there. Oh, I can't believe it. It's possible. They're gonna hit me. This is the first run with that trick. That means there's 70 other runs without it. So it's like an important moment. Actually more than 70, because these are just 70 on console. When I started running this game on emulator, I got like 30 runs there, maybe. So it's like the 100th run. Still not over though. I still have to do this there. Okay, now it's over. Let's go. Get the item, then enter the door from the right to skip another battle. If you don't enter from the right, you can run into a battle and it's very bad. But as long as you enter from the right, that skip is absolutely consistent, 100% consistent. Always work. It's very cool. Okay, I'm gonna get hit on purpose here to get iframes and jump. There's a way to do it without getting hit. You need to jump like sideways. The only problem is that if you fail and you get hit on the air, you're gonna fall down and you're gonna lose like 20 seconds. So I just go for the safe strat with the iframes. And on all these pits, there are monsters that you want to avoid. And they're kind of dangerous because you're too slow here on the climbing, you're gonna get a surprise attack. And that's usually the end of the run. This last one. And now we're gonna battle a minibus that we sadly can't erase. So we need to battle this. Kind of bad. Whatever. Can I grab you? Steal? Okay, it's fine. Take fall, really? Oh, that's super bad. Okay, I regret that because I get a critical hit. So it's fine. It's just fine. This run, dude, is so weird. So awesome hits are critical hits, and let me see the item. That's kind of useful. And just to give you an idea, how hard it is to get an awesome. Look at that gold, dude. Amazing. You have like 1 in 256 chance of getting an awesome hit. So it's like really low. Okay, so 1 minute 30 seconds out of that one. That is so amazing, dude. And again, that's just a little trick that allows you to skip a battle. So amazing that we have that now. So yeah, this cutscene right here, it's unskippable, sadly. On this area, Area 8 and Area 9, actually every cutscene is unskippable. I don't know exactly why, like there's no any reason for it, but I think developers maybe run out of time when they were doing these last parts, and maybe they kind of forget to put some kind of skip stuff on it. That's like the only thing I came out with. And yeah, basically what is happening here is that Anna is becoming self-aware, and she's realizing that she's just a clone and her life doesn't have purpose, or it has like a fake purpose, because this whole place is being destroyed and the master is not saving them. Like, she's thinking, okay, what if I die? My purpose will be fulfilled just by another hybrid. Like, the master is just gonna make a copy of me to fill the same purpose. And so she starts to get like a crisis. And this other guy, on the other hand, is just like, don't ask those philosophical questions. I just want to go overground and like rule the world. Now she's talking to Johnny, which is like the origin of all her problems, but at the same time the origin of her realization that she's just a copy and she needs to seek some purpose. And this is like the other bad guy. This is like higher rank. alongside the master. And he's just saying like, yeah, Anna, you're deficient. Don't worry, we're going to replace you with a better one. Like such a mean guy. Yeah, that's basically a horse story. There's the crisis. They finally realize that they have to escape because the place is gonna be destroyed. Rip Anna. She doesn't make it. She was the best hybrid. The only self-aware hybrid. So welcome to the last area of this game. Well, technically the last. There's a lot of skips we need to do here. That's one. And most of them are pretty tight. But we're gonna have a nice cutscene before we can continue. Now this guy is Jerry, the guy, not the guy in the hologram, the other one. He's kind of mad because the others are leaving him behind. The others are actually in the starship, which is the upper level of this place. And he's mad because he's not in the starship. But then the other, Alex, says like, this is according to the plan. You're expected to capture Johnny and kind of ambush him. So they're like getting a discussion about it. And yeah, definitely another cutscene that should be skippable. But it isn't. And another one here. Just a bunch of cutscenes on Area 9. The thing is, at least these ones, the ones that show you the place collapsing, doesn't have any text. So you can kind of rest your hands and just prepare for the end of the game. It's kind of nice in that sense. Okay, another skip here. This one is pretty hard. There you go. That thing is way more precise than it looks. If I get one wrong movement, I get a surprise attack. And everything's messed up. Okay, there's one more here. Actually, two more. This is one of those. There you go. Nice. You need to enter there from the right side, otherwise it's kind of impossible to get that one. Or you can still get it, but it's like low percent. Yeah, you see, it just essentially skips. This area is all about skips. Last collapsing cutscene. So there, at the end of that cutscene, you can buffer C down, so you can do like an instant camera turn, and that way it's way easier to get that skip. This one we need to erase it because it's way too long. So we get the last ring eraser for that one. Ah yeah, these battles can't be skipped because we need these house lures. Go ahead. That was close. We normally fight this one, but we got one extra ring eraser. So we can erase it and save about 40 seconds. Just because of RNG. We need to get this item, not that one. Jesus. Yeah, so time loss. This one. Yeah, they're pretty close. Fuck. Yeah, that's the most, absolutely most broken shot of the game. For fucking 750 damage. So fucking broken. Now we're gonna do a combo here. Useless item. There's not a bunch of items that are useful on the last battle. Because you're already at the end. Like, if you get a ring eraser in this battle, you're gonna feel so bad. Because we can't use more. We can't use ring erasers on bosses. They just get rid of them. So it's actually useless to get one there. Like, this item is kind of useful to get it on the last battle, so you can skip that chest. But that's about it. It's like, I don't know, you save like 3 seconds maybe. Yeah, and I don't remember if I got a ring eraser in my PV also. I might have, because I feel like I'm kind of close to split. We'll see though. There's still a bunch of hard tricks I need to do. Like for this point, if you're playing this casually, well actually you're just playing this game, this is the end of the game. As soon as you cross that door, there's no way back. You are trapped in a series of 6 last bosses. 6 bosses in a row, without saves in between, and the possibility to go back. So you need to finish the game or die. No more options. Yeah, the item I just used allows you to fill your power gauge like at constant speed, and that is always. So every time you grab an enemy or you get grabbed by an enemy, you actually can't fill your power gauge, but with this item you can do it while your enemies can't. So you can basically use that exploit to grab your enemy over and over. And get the last kick, please. Nice. Beautiful. Let's go. Yeah, I definitely got a ring eraser on my PV because we are getting too close to this. I absolutely get it. Okay, this is still gonna be close, by the way. Like, I might not PV. I hate you. Whatever. Oh, this is really bad. Whatever. There's a lot of time there. Might not be able to be. All depends on this battle, actually. It's the final showdown. Come on. You just need to do a frame perfect trick. That's all you have to do. Dude, I hit all the frames before the one I need. I hate you. Whatever, dude. I think I need one right kick. Oh no, I hate you so much. No, I'm not gonna PB. I can feel it. Oh, it's gonna be so close. Hate this. Slow. Here again. No, I won't get it. Whatever, it's fine. Yeah, get it? I don't know. I still have to skip one cutscene. Yeah, it's not a in-game time PV, of course, but alright, it's a PV anyways. Whatever, dude. It's fine. Could have been way better though.
Washington, D.C.
Oh, that's pretty far to go, ain't it?
I'm in a hurry. This way's faster than getting on a plane.
Leave it to me, man. But today's Christmas Eve. It ain't Halloween, you know.
I guess I do need to make a stop at a clothing store along the way.
I thought you were in a hurry.
Oh,
This
jeez.
broadcast for breaking news. An astounding event has just taken place in New York City where President Weller was scheduled to address the nation tonight. The president was on the stage when he was attacked by a man, but it turned out that the assailant was, strangely enough, none other than President Weller himself.
Yep. Alright, so that was a bad PV. The only reason that PV was because of the new tricks. Like, you see, from the sumo best, there's like 4 minutes of mistakes. And the rest is RNG, of course. So I'm fine with that one, but those 4 minutes, that was just my fault. So it's gonna be kind of tricky to run against this, because it was like a very good luck, bad execution run. It's hard to run. It's not hard to run against that, but it's uncomfortable. It's kind of, it feels weird, because I might have another run with good execution but bad luck, and that's gonna suck also. I'm gonna feel bad about it, of course. But it's fine.
Merry Christmas.
A PV is a PV.
Merry Christmas.
So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Of course, I'm gonna wait for the end to see the time. I know the time is gonna be just the same. I mean, it can actually be lower. Like, I don't. Let's see. My last PV was 37 or 38. Let's see. Got this on speedrun.com. Because, yeah, I mean, 16 seconds is still something. Like, it might be enough to get in-game time PV. Because, by the way, in-game time is just measures on minutes. It actually keeps track of frames, but it only shows you the minutes. So, there's not too much we can do about it. Let's see. Okay, so my record is 38th. Alright, so usually in-game time is like 2 minutes ahead. I mean, two minutes below real time. Or 2 more minutes if you want. But it is around there. So in the last run I got like a very late 35. So it was too close to it, so it was 37. I mean 38. This one might be a 37. Yeah, it can definitely be a 37. And if it is, I will be so happy. Because I like to PV on in-game time. But yeah, New Road has so much potential. It's kind of crazy. Like just 1 free minute on area 2, another free minute on area 8, and the rest is just execution. Like even from the last road, I didn't get like the highest execution because I was roading and I just came with a new road before I get like the highest execution on the previous one, which is definitely better. Like I don't want to master something that doesn't have the best road if it has more potential on roading. And we're getting close to the end here. I need to remember to save on my memory card, not on the cartridge, because that way I can have the cartridge saves for practice. And some curiosity, in-game time is always running, always, except in one room. which is this one, the one after the end. This one. 37. Yes! Yes! So PV on real time and in-game time. We got it. So in this room, the in-game time is actually not running. So it's just safe to leave that room there. On the next one, it's gonna be running, so I need to be fast on the save. There you go. Nice. Thank you for playing Try Hard next mode. Mode next. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm gonna run hard at some point, but not yet. Nice.